Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be looking at converting our 3D low poly models to 2D pixelated animations. We have a scene set up in Unity and we are literally going to be recording what the camera renders. So we'll have a model set up. Specifically that will be an orc model. We would like to get an orc enemy in game soon, so we're going to need several base animations for this. Those will probably be idle back, move, attack, damage taken, upon death, and defend or something like that. Yeah, defend. Around seven-ish. And we're going to get our models animated. We're going to record that, and we're going to grab the output, and we're going to go through several tools and processes to get our desired outcome. It will be a fairly chill viewing, not much scripting or coding. We may touch upon it a little bit. We have our network battle character object script. We may have to, thinking about it, amend that somewhat. That needs a little work, but yeah, for the best part we're going to be doing that. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so let's begin with opening our scene dedicated to this job. We have the bandit right here. That was the last one that I created. The attack animation it was. Anyway, we're not working on that. We want the orc. Look at him. Look at that beast. Maybe he should be a little bigger. Damn. Right, before we move forward with this, I'm just going to show you the script that all we're doing here is we have a script on the main camera and we're using a raw, what is it, a raw image, I think it was called. Yeah, render texture. So a render texture. So we have the render texture here. We attach that to the target texture whilst rendering for the camera being used in question. And then we have the script here, 3D low poly to 2D recorder. And this is working the magic pretty much. So we just, it's literally upon running the engine, we're gonna capture what the camera sees until we stop it. That's not so important, that was a small quality of life, but it's here that we perform this task. So as you can see, we're creating like a new texture 2D every frame, which is not the best way to do it really, but we can get away with it because we're just using it as a means to output something that's not going to be used or run. It does not need to be optimized heavily. Yeah, very small, lightweight script. We read the pixels, every single pixel is applied to the texture, and then we write all the bytes. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head how exactly this is running. File.write all bytes, application data path, so we output it there. These are all the directories, folders that we use in. Frames is exactly where it dumps it straight away upon stopping the engine running, the camera recording. And we have to go in there and edit them quickly, otherwise Unity tries to do some cleanup not too long after the files, frames are recorded and dumped there. Anyway, that is not the focus of our attention. When we want to go, we slap this checkbox here, slap it up, check it on, and we're away, as long as we have our render texture here. But before we do that, I just want to make sure that we have the right animation ready. We're going to begin with idle. Yeah, we have idle. Now fast as that's set, 3. So we'll just run this quickly without recording it. Yeah, that looks good. So apply the render texture, get ready for this. We'll pay attention to here, and it'll tell us frame index here. We want to stop at 60 roughly. Yeah, into the frames. Automatically open that up with Sprite. This is a great tool for pixel arting. We only need 60 frames, and we need to flip this. Okay, so we have it like that. We export that as a sprite sheet. 60 frames at 128 by 128. Overwrite that, close that off, remove them, Windows minimize. And I like to use this application juice effects. There's a meridian of different ways that we can apply what I'm wanting to apply via this application, but this is just it's quick and easy to use, and I prefer it. I mean, we could write a shader to draw out an outline, black outline, which is all we're using this for in this particular case. We could do all sorts to it though. We can do a flash. We can flash white. Or not. I want that off now, I don't even want it on. Turn it off. Intensity 0. So that's not on. Give it waves. We just shader effects basically via this. Anyway, we've got a black outline to that. Save those frames, pop this into the new folder here, cross that off, new folder, open this up again. And I know this is not powers of 2, but we do require this to be at a width of 175. And that is because the various animations that we use exceed those dimensions, and I want them at this size, 128 by 128. It just has to be that way. It's got to be that way. So really quick and slick way of getting that in. We copy this over to the relevant place, the appropriate location, clothing sword shield, chuck you in there. Resources, textures, characters. Where are we? So we have that ready. We'll come back here later. But for now, we need the other animations. So we have idle, and we're going to need a back version of that for when we flip the animations. Flip the the direction that they're facing in our game world view. So we'll just chuck that on there, and it on there. Oops, that was 56. We don't need to flip it this time. Did scale this orc up, and you know that sword's not fully fitting in as a result, so we'll have to do that again. Okay, let's get him facing forward again. And we're going to need the movement animation. what you're feeling is going to run straight off the screen. Run forward. It's not run on the spot, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll do. Try a different one. Excuse me. I think I'll do one more of these, then I'll implement them in, just to spread this out a little bit so you're not just watching me doing the same process one after the other, like an absolute machine. It's a little off though. A new one. You want to unpack completely. This will be object. It will no longer be that. You want to go to animation controller. Yeah, we use this tool to fast track the process of importing animations. Before this, I need to I'll add it to the recording before I post. I need to credit the guy, the developer who built this. It's a really great tool, and he used it for his own video game a few years back. A German fella, but his name escapes me right now. But I'll provide a link and his name and whatnot. But this is great. You can drag and drop your A-sprite animation straight in, and it does all the legwork for you that you'd have to do manually. So that's just created all those frames for us in Unity format, and we can select all like that, drag and drop onto the orc. What do we call it? Idle sword shield, yeah. And there we have it. I believe that's it. Yeah, you're probably a bandit still. You're not human, you're orc. Sword and shield. No, it's just sword. Sword. Okay. It's adjusting quickly. Right, this is our network battle character object class. It needs editing. We need a little separation of concerns here. It's not too bad, but it is getting a little bloated and it needs cleaning up. Where did I put it? Apply equipment IDs. Character equipment. So we use enums to identify which animations and items are applied to what battle character object. Seems a little quirky to do so that way, but without getting into it right now, it works pretty well with the flow that I currently have in place. So we'll just add this in here quickly. This aligns with animation names and several other different elements associated with making our network battle character objects work the way that they do. As you can see here quickly, we have the idle animation, we have the move animation, and should be an idle back as well, which is applied somewhere else, somewhere appropriate associated with applying that logic. Anyway, if we go back to this, we can apply cloven sword. Right, bandit, orc, cloven sword. We don't have to apply these here. Don't have to apply them there really. Right. You could do with. He don't look too big, does he? That's made chunky. Damn, son. Seems a little too big. That's way too big. 4-4 before on at 5-5. I'm certain I go by that value for something specific. That's what you get for hard coding. It's only one case scenario though, so that'll teach me not to hard code. Yeah, we'll do the other animations before proceeding with that. So we have idle, back, move. Next, we're going to want attack. We'll look for attack animation. Poly Split Games does some great work with low poly 3D models. Recently I did purchase one of his packs because it provides, I mean, not only is it quality work by somebody who knows what they're doing in regards to creating 3D poly assets, more so than myself, but there's a lot of customization that can be applied to the asset outside of what I'm already doing. It's a great pack. I do recommend. What was I looking for? Oh no, wait, no, of course. Okay. See how he looks, swinging this sword. I think we may need to adjust the way he's holding that. Let's go into the skeleton rig thing. Yeah. That's a little better. We'll go with that for now. Okay. Oops. That's just as well because that animation is a little too slow. 0.8. Too fast even. We did not apply the render texture, so the script had nothing to record from. And nice. There's our attack animation. Oh, right. Oh. Come on. I think I'm just going to move forward with implementing this guy in, as opposed to doing more animations, because this is getting a little lengthy. Try and wrap this up as fast as possible. Okay, prefab box. Oh, right. Yeah. Attack. That was the wrong naming convention. Let's change that really quick. Okay. Right, let's turn this guy into a prefab. Although he's half baked and not ready. Network manager. I need to add him here. Is that you? Okay. We're going to have to make a few quick amendments here. Yeah, this needs adjusting further. This is not currently set up to just throw in. Should probably break it. Break it, but it most certainly needs some edits and changes in the code. They look way too chunky, don't they? No, I'm not liking that. Might have to play around with the colours. I think that's a bad combination of colours for that. Possibly. Let's just see how they're moving. They are. What's that one? 8. Wrong name again. Does this remember the changes to your own runtime? Can't remember if that's a thing in Unity 6 or not. looks awful. Okay, anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up there. That's just that's a quick brief overview of how I go about it. There's more to it than that, but that's the baseline of how and what I'm doing for that. Yeah, I've got a few things to look at and fix here. I think in the interest of keeping this video short, I'm going to end it here. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching and following along. Yeah, and stay tuned for the next devlog, which will possibly come within the next day or two. Thank you. Thanks for watching. See ya.